Hey guys. So, happy Monday or whatever day. I like Mondays. Happy Monday, Tuesday. I'm gonna take myself to the movies today, but I gotta go to Walmart to get me some office supplies. Need some more office supplies. So I was watching Dr. Boyce Watkins. I always get his name wrong. Dr. Boyce Watkins. I was watching his video. He was talking about how the economic collapse is on its way. Now, I've been hearing since, 1997 or 1998 that there's going to be an economic collapse. I've been hearing that forever. Remember the 2K, what was it, the 2K thing, that the world was going to end? But he did say that people writing articles and predicting this stuff is a huge business, right? People pay a lot of money to people that are writing these articles and writing these books, and they become bestsellers and all that. Here's my thing, guys. No one can predict when the world will end. Only God, right? That's why he's God, right? You know, we only gods of our universe, our own destiny, right? But God of the universe, he's the only one that can say that. So here's my take on what he said, right? So he goes to say that the world will end someday, right? The world will end someday and at some point in our life, whether you are alive to see it or not. But here's what he also said. He said a lot of people, their economies have already collapsed. It's true, right? A lot of people, their economies has already collapsed. See, remember, we all have our own economies. So the politicians, you know, even people saying voting, I'm vote independent, right? So the governor, the Republicans, the Democrats, they can't help us. They're not going to help our financial situation. People just vote because our ancestors died for us to vote, but our vote doesn't help our financial situation. Most people, 80%, that's a big number, 80% of people, just say in America, financial situation or their economy has already collapsed. When you depend on someone else, like one of my friends on Facebook posted, she said, if you depend on your job, your one job, to feed your family, you're also giving your job that same permission to also starve your family if you lose it, right? So a lot of people, their economic situations already collapse. So a lot of people are already in financial turmoil. A lot of people already can't pay their mortgage. A lot of people already can't pay their light bills. Right? So a lot of people don't have to wait until the world ends because their economic situation already ended. Ain't that crazy? You know, I was like, wow, that shit is deep. Right? It's crazy. Right? And I said, well, if we all learn to create our own economy, glasses ain't staying on. If we learn how to all create our own economy, we don't have to worry about voting Democrat or voting Republican. For what? They don't help us anyway, right? What about voting for you? I sent the email out and I said, what about voting for you? Who's going to vote to make sure that you're winning in your economic situation? Who's casting votes for you? Right? Because like a lot of people, their situation is already collapsed. They don't know where the next money is going to come from. They live check to check to check, right? You cannot catch up that way, right? It's always something, right? It's always, I got to do this, I got to do that. right? But if we all, guys, start to think for ourselves, I just did an ad on Instagram, and I was just saying we were not taught to think for ourselves, and if we were, there'd be more millionaires than poor people in this world that we live in. So you got to create your own economy. The Republicans will not do it. The Democrats will not do it. Your job definitely will not do it for you. You have to cast your vote for you. You have to cast your vote to change your family situation. You have to cast the vote, not the government, not your job, right? And like I said, if you are solely dependent on your job to pay your bills, you also solely dependent when your job fires you and you're giving your job permission to starve you and your family. I've seen it happen. Right? People got their job and, they think their job is the end all be all. Then they lay them off. Now like, oh shit, I got to go look for another job. See, the skills that I'm gaining, the skills that I have, the skills that I'm learning is equipping me to not look for a job. It's crazy, right? Because our whole life it was get a job, go to school, get a job, be in debt. But now I'm reprogramming my brain so that I won't have to get a job. Because if I depend on a job, right, I'm also dependent on a job to feed my kids and starve my kids. I don't want that, right? So I'm creating streams of income. I'm creating stuff, right? I'm creating things, right, for me, right? And you guys, you should too, right? Create your own. It's nothing more exhilarating. It's nothing more exciting. It's nothing more comforting to know that you are in the driver's seat of your life and not in the back seat, right? If you have a job, you are in the back seat of your life. You're not in the driver's seat of your life. So you can't control where the vehicle goes. If it crashes, you're fucked. Wherever they turn, you're fucked. They turn left, you're fucked. They turn right, you're fucked. And you can't tell them where you want to go because you're in the back seat of your life. Who is going to get in the front seat and take the steering wheel? This is the steering wheel right here. Take the steering wheel and drive your economy, your children's economy, your spouse's economy. Who? Because if you still playing in the trunk or if you still in the back seat, don't worry about your kids getting in the driver's seat because you're going to teach them to be in the trunk and the back seat too. Right? Your kids have to know I am the driver of my vehicle. I am the driver of my life's destination. Not a job, not a college, not a Republican, and not a Democrat. I am. So once you wake up to that, I'm telling you guys, you live totally different now. The things that I used to worry about when I was broke and had a job, I don't even worry about those things. Those things are not even on my mind no more. I ain't worried about time, worried about taking days off, worrying about calling out sick, worrying about bills being paid. All that stuff has been eliminated because I decided, right, that I was going to get in the driver's seat and steer my life the way I want it to go. Not the way my job, not the way the Republicans and the Democrats. I don't give a fuck about none of them. Because none of them give a fuck about me. Anything happen to me and my family, can I call one of the Democrats or the motherfucking Republicans and say, oh, well, I need money. I need a house to stay at. Can I stay with you? No. Absolutely not. Right? So we got to take the vehicle, guys. Our life is a vehicle. Take the vehicle. Take the steering wheel. Drive it to the destination that you want it to go to. Because you can't do it in the back seat. You can't do it in the trunk. You cannot do it in the back seat. And you cannot do it in the trunk. Okay? So don't worry about, guys, when your job don't give you a raise. They don't give a fuck about you, right? Don't worry when your job ain't treating you right. They don't give a fuck about you, right? See, it's not until you care about you enough that you're gonna say, I'm tired of taking pennies for blood, sweat, and tears, right? It's not until you say that that's when your life changes. If you never say that, then don't complain. If you're not adding additional income streams to your household, don't complain about your job hours. Don't complain about 10, 12 hours, a day, 15, 16 hours a day working, because you ain't doing shit anyway. So what the fuck is the difference if, your job tells you to work 20 hours? You ain't got nothing better to do with your life, but slave anyway. So why are you complaining? All right. See, I'd rather work for myself 10 to 12 hours a day. And thank God I don't have to do that anymore, because now I'm in a position where people chase me for real. People chase me. People call me, Tanisha, I'm saving my money right now so I can get into your class. Tanisha, I'm saving, up my money, or I'm sacrificing my money so I can get into your class. I don't have to call nobody and convince nobody to do what I'm doing. I don't, right? All I do now, I have the skill set to understand how to make people make moves. And that is a lovely skill, guys, to have. I can go give free seminars and I got everybody wanting to know my name. The lady said, I was doing a seminar, I think maybe 2 weeks ago, and the lady, she didn't catch my name. She said, what's your name again? She said, because I need to know your name. I'm going to research you. I said, yes, baby. Make sure you do. Right? So money chase me, baby. I'm a walking vault. Money flows easily and frequently to me. I love money. I love people. I love my life. I love my family. I love me enough not to put up with bullshit in the back seat or in the trunk. You got to get to that point. You got to get to the point where you say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I need to do something with my life so that my children and me can benefit from the decision that I'm making today. Simple as that, guys. Simple as that. So make sure you go to createmyownEconomy.com. 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 Click on the link below. Put your email in. I'm going to be emailing you. I want you to watch my webinar. All right. I'm going to update that probably soon. Watch the webinar. Understand how you can literally change the course or the trajectory of your financial situation. Is it going to be easy? It's going to be hard. Is it going to be rewarding? Yes, it's going to be very rewarding. Is it going to be a headache? Yes. Will you want to quit? Yes. But you're doing it for you. You got to value you. Unless you don't give a fuck about yourself. And you're like, fuck it, I ain't going to do this. I ain't trying to build something for myself. I'm going to just stick with my job and keep helping my boss win while you lose. Ain't that some shit? You helping your company win who don't give a fuck about you while you continue to lose. Because ain't nobody in your corner. Who's in your corner? That's why I said don't worry about no voting bullshit. Because ain't none of them voting for you. Who's in your corner? Who is in your corner? No one. Ain't that something? But you in everybody else's corner and don't nobody give a fuck. Don't nobody give two flying fucks about you. But you giving a fuck about everybody. You making sure you get to work on time. You've been over backwards to help co-workers. You can't even go to the bathroom, constipated when you get home. Now when you get home, you yelling and screaming at your spouse and your kids. Meanwhile, all they said was, hi, Mom. What's for dinner? Ain't that funny? Right? It's funny, but not funny. Right? It's not until you decide that you're worth more. Actually, my cousin has a name brand he sells called Worth More. Not until you decide that you are worth more. It's only when you're going to go out and look to achieve more. Only then will you do it. If not, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Like I told one of my students, right now you're in kindergarten. You're just learning how to be successful, right? And if you're not willing to go through kindergarten class, don't worry about going to high school or junior high school in 5th grade. Don't worry about it, because you ain't going to get there, right? Everything you have to start. And you're starting in kindergarten all over. I don't care what age you are, 18 to 85, 95, right? You start learning from kindergarten, right? So that you can go through the rest of your life. But if you're never willing to start at kindergarten, don't worry about no other grades. So go to createmyown.economy.com and make sure you follow me on Instagram and tag some of your friends that need inspiration, motivation, or need to think. Because my goal is to help people to think. That is my goal, right? To help people to think and turn light bulbs on in people's heads. Okay, the light bulbs are there, they just ain't turned on. They damn sleep every day. Okay, so my mission is to turn light bulbs on every place, every country, every state that I go, to turn light bulbs on. Will you be next? CreateMyOwnEconomy.com.